A Phoenix civil rights activist with a checkered past is facing new charges. Reverend Jarrett Maupin made a name for himself representing victims of police violence and their families.
That activist is now accused of check fraud. Our Amy Cutler is breaking down the indictment and shows us how he is responding.
Jarrett Maupin has been indicted on 9 felony counts. Prosecutors alleging he fraudulently cashed checks. Those incidents date back to 2022. Maupin's attorney telling me he's innocent and that they look forward to showing that in court.
These officers on this holy ground, I'll say this, will be nailed to the cross.
Maupin is known for making bold statements and getting attention, lots of attention.
He was beaten out of consciousness by local police.
He often spoke out on behalf of victims of police violence and their families.
You don't do white families like this in the Camelback corridor. You're not going to do black families like this anymore.
But controversy has followed. In 2008, he accused then Phoenix Mayor Phil Gordon of a sex crime. The following year, he pleaded guilty to providing a false statement to the FBI. In September, he petitioned city leaders to rename a street after Charlie Kirk.
Jarrett Barton Maupin Jr.
Then came the latest indictment. Maupin appeared in court pleading not guilty, his attorney explaining his tie to the community.
He is currently a candidate for Phoenix City Council, so he's not going anyplace.
Court documents show he cashed personal checks belonging to 2 people and a cashier's check from a business. They date back to March and November 2022. Records show they were each less than $25,000.
The charges themselves are not overtly serious because the amount of loss is relatively minimal, under $25,000.
We went to Jason Lamb, a criminal defense attorney not involved in this case, for perspective. We asked Lamb how that previous conviction could impact this case.
Because it's more than 10 years old, a judge will likely not allow the prosecution to cross-examine Jarrett Maupin on this.
The Attorney General's office, which is prosecuting the case, declined to comment. Maupin is due back in court in July and did not have to pay bail. Amy Cutler, Arizona's Family Investigates.